Hi everyone, and welcome to this workshop on how to have fun and feel less scattered with me, Deborah J. So my name is Deborah J. I'm the creator of the Soul Navigation System, which essentially uses a combination of Reiki, reflexology, astrology, life path coaching, and so many more modalities. And we're going to discuss the Soul Navigation System today. It's a 3-pillar system and it can be fit into any area of your life. So today we're going to look at how to have fun and feel less scattered. So why is it so important to have fun? Because when we're not having fun, we feel very burnt out. We feel like everything is starting to pile up on us. We feel anxious. We feel like we're not good enough. We feel like, we don't know where to start. We might be really excellent at procrastinating. And also it causes a lot of self-doubt. It causes a lot of low self-esteem, feeling like you're out of alignment. When we're not having fun, essentially we feel like we're depressed. And so it's really important that in our daily life, if we're going to work 80% of our life, we need to have fun when we're doing it as well. So when we're feeling stressed out and we're feeling overwhelmed and we're not having fun, everything feels like it kind of gets a bit scattered and it gets piled up on us. And then we have feelings like this is no fun. Like if you're trying to run a business or whatever project it is that you're trying to work on, you have feelings like this is not fun. So why would you want to do something that's not fun? It's not going to encourage you to get up off your backside and really get stuck into the day's tasks ahead if you're not going to be able to have fun with it. And then also it makes you kind of feel like you don't have any idea what you're doing because you're kind of just bumbling around trying to figure out how to make everything work. You can feel like I'm just not good enough, or you might even ask yourself questions like, why am I even doing this? Maybe it might make you want to even quit your job. So if you're working as an entrepreneur, you're in a business or on a project or whatever area in life it is that you need to get these tasks done or that you're feeling overwhelmed and scattered in, you might have a feeling that you just want to give up. It might be a case that you just feel like you want to throw in the towel and just give it all up because you're not having fun. You're feeling like you're all over the place. Roald Dahl, the famous author and kids novelist, or kids author, should I say, said life is more fun if you play games. And it's so true. And if we look at, say, some entrepreneurs around the world who are very well known and very well established, this is what they have to say about having fun. These guys have all been very successful in their roles. So Richard Branson said some 80% of your life is spent working. You want to have fun at home. So why shouldn't you have fun in work? And it's so true. How can we have more fun in work? Steve Jobs said the only way to get great work is to love what you do. So again, it's kind of coming back into this idea of like, why am I doing what I'm doing, and how is it that I can inject more fun into it? The beautiful Maya Angelou said, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. And Brené Brown said, the opposite of play is not work. The opposite of play is depression. So again, if you're trying to run a business as an entrepreneur and every day is a chore getting up, a lot of it is mindset and a lot of it is really learning to flip things on its head. So when you're feeling like you're not having fun, a lot of it is literally just about changing your mindset and your approach to it. And the Soul Navigation System actually helps you to do that. So as I said, the Soul Navigation System, it's a 3-pillar system that I set up simply by looking at nature, looking at patterns and looking at life in general and seeing what are the ingredients that we need in order to be successful and to be able to kind of come home to ourselves. So the 3 steps of the Soul Navigation System are uncovering your true self, reconnecting with your inner wisdom, and interpreting your world. So anybody who's been to any of my workshops before will know that these are the 3 pillars of the Soul Navigation System. And we can fit them onto anything. So as I said, today we're going to fit them onto how to have fun and feel less scattered. And so when we're looking at uncovering our true authentic self, we're looking at how to bring out our inner child, how to tap into that part of us that wants to play, how to make our daily life more fun when it comes to work. The second part is reconnecting with our inner wisdom. And reconnecting with our inner wisdom simply means showing up and getting to know ourselves a little bit better, getting to know who we are and getting to feel inside our own body whether we enjoy something or don't enjoy something. You'd be incredibly surprised how many people are doing things and they think they enjoy it because the world has told them that they should enjoy it, and they're just not. And it's about being honest with ourselves as well. And the third part is learning how to interpret your world. When we see repetitive patterns over and over and over again, there's usually a sign in them. There's usually a nugget of information and wisdom in it, trying to tell us how to move out of that into more joy as well. So the first pillar is uncovering your true authentic self, bringing out your inner child. Carl Jung, the famous psychoanalyst, said the creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, it's not accomplished by the mind, but it's by the play instinct. So even Carl Jung, who's a psychoanalyst, acknowledges the importance of play in whatever stage of life. So the first thing I'd ask you to do is to take a note, write down somewhere, and ask yourself and journal on this. What's your definition of fun? Because everybody's definition of fun is completely, totally different. I've met some people who their idea of fun is cataloguing an entire library and colour coding it, and that's their idea of fun. If that's what brings you joy, then go do that. Bring joy to yourself doing that. That wouldn't be my idea of joy. But other people, their idea of joy is having some element of creative challenge, or even having their workplace to be very beautiful and to colour coordinate everything, whatever it is for you. What is your idea of fun? And how do you define fun? Because it's unique specifically to you. And what does it look like and what does it feel like to you? So I'd say to do some journaling on that and see for yourself what is it that you need in order to have fun. And then also in your role, in your everyday role as an entrepreneur, in your work, in your projects, whatever it is that you're working on, how can you release your inner superhero? Like when we were kids, we were so great at coming up with ideas on how to play, how to come up with, we didn't kind of sit there and go, we need to play a game now. So like, what game are we going to play? And maybe we should plan it out. And maybe there needs to be a goal. And why are we having this game? No, kids go and have fun and they play. And they literally make up a game literally on spec. Like they'll be standing there playing with their friend and be like, will we play this game? And as adults, we've kind of lost that ability to create on spec, to be our own superhero. And so again, more journaling prompts for you, because journaling really is a great way of getting everything out of your head and onto a page, where if you feel scattered, you're going to feel more and more scattered the more and more information that you have in your head. And our minds are already so busy. So what you want to do is take that information and you're going to put it down in paper. And when we journal, we can read back and learn so much about ourselves. Because when we're journaling, we're doing it in quite a meditative process. As in, your journaling is literally just writing what's coming into your head. So start off with these journal prompts that I'm giving you here today and just write whatever comes into your head. There's no correct or there's no incorrect way of doing it. It's literally just allowing your mind to flow onto the page. And it declutters your mind. And that's the start of what we're going to look at in the next section about decluttering your mind and how to feel less scattered as well. So some of these prompts here on how to have a little bit more fun is, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Think back to the games that you used to play. Think back of, did you want to play doctors and nurses? Did you want to play school teachers? Did you want to play pilot? Did you want to play fireman? What was it that you wanted to play? Did you want to be a comedian? Did you want to be a DJ? How did you play with your friends and how did you play by yourself? And what was the difference in that? Because it can give you an insight in terms of, if you run your own business, how you can play by yourself. Bring some of those elements creatively into your day. And if you want to look at how did you play with your friends, you can look at how do you want to play with your clients? How do you want to bring more fun into your everyday job by having fun with your clients? Because when we're selling a product, we're not really selling a product. We're actually selling ourselves. We're selling our personality, our character, our story of who we are. And that's what people are buying. And when we can show a little bit more of that to other people, then that's what people buy. People resonate with people, like attracts like. And so that's, I suppose that's how people are attracted to you. So have a look at, what were your favorite games to play? As I said, did you want to be a teacher? So therefore, is there a teaching element of your business that you're missing out on? Did you want to always kind of be in competition or have competitions with your friends or be, in challenges? So perhaps you can bring challenges into your business a little bit. Perhaps you can set yourself up challenges, or maybe find a group of people that you can have weekly challenges with, or even do it with a group, do it with your clients themselves. So have a look and see what were your favorite games to play. You know, if you like to record yourself as a DJ on the radio, maybe you need to have a podcast. Maybe that just needs to be a side hustle to your business. And because it's something that brings you joy, it means therefore you enjoy your business more because you enjoy talking about it. Then we have a look at, if you could pretend you're a kid playing the role of an entrepreneur or the role of a business person or a project manager or whatever it is that you do, how would you play in your business? How would you play in that role? So what would you do differently? So anybody who's been to any of my workshops before will know I kind of tell the story of, I remember doing this for myself, and I got up one day and I kind of said to myself, today is just going to be a really unproductive day. I'm not going to get anything done. So what is it that I'm going to do? And rather than wasting my day, I got up and I came into my laptop and I started working at my computer, and I said, right, today I'm going to pretend like I'm an entrepreneur. And what would I do if I was an entrepreneur in my business? And I said to myself, I'd create a course. And so for absolute fun, I created a course. And then I kind of thought back to times when I was a kid, and quite often I used to love getting all my teddies and all my dolls. And I kind of put them down, sitting down in front of me. And I kind of imagined myself as an adult, like teaching all of these dolls and teddies, teaching them about the stuff that I know today, all the wisdom and information that I've gathered today. I pictured myself like sharing this information in a classroom full of teddies and toys, because if I was a kid with all the information that I have now, that's probably what I would do. So this is no different. So I got up and I started to create a course, and then I started to share my information with my audience, with my clients, the way I would if I had teddies and dolls in front of me. So it's just a way of being playful, a way of being creative, a way of taking the seriousness out of everything. And having fun, literally having fun. And when we do that, the feeling, again, of being scattered, feeling scattered comes along with having no fun. It's like if everything is not fun, you feel like everything is work. And if everything feels like work, then it feels like it's piling up. And if everything feels like it's piling up, it's like it's all over the place. And again, we're going to talk about that in a moment. But having fun and being scattered is kind of, they're both very connected. And then the last question here is, if nobody was looking or judging you, if you knew that nobody was going to criticize you or comment on what you're doing, how would you play? How would you play in your day, and how would you play in your business? If you could play make believe I'm an entrepreneur, how would you actually play? And I've just thrown this in for fun because as somebody who uses astrology in my business, quite often I can see, and anybody who's interested in astrology, you can go to my website, deborahjkelly.com, and you can actually create your own birth chart. And in the 5th house, if you have a look at where it says number 5, that's your 5th house. Have a look at the sign that's on it, because we're I know that we all know each other as our sun sign, but we're actually our sun, moon, rising. We have all the planets in different signs and all different houses and different signs, which I won't go into today. But this is just a little bit of fun, because I remember early on when I started reading birth charts, a woman said to me, she said, I just don't know how to have fun, Deborah. How do I have fun? And we had a look at her chart, and she had Capricorn in the 5th house. And I kind of tipped on this a little bit earlier on as well. Because she had Capricorn in the 5th house, the 5th house is your house of fun and games. It's your house of sex. It's your house of children. It's your house of dating. It's about all those fun things. And it's your house of creativity as well. And if we look at our 5th house, we all have different signs on our 5th house. And we all have different planets in there. But just to keep it simple, if you have a look at the sign will tell you on that house how you specifically have fun. So for this particular client of mine, she had Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about authority, responsibility, structures, making lists, keeping things in check, creating rules. And for her, I said this all to her, I said, well, for you, it's probably going to be about creating lists and putting things in order and creating structure. And she said, oh my God, that's crazy. And I said, okay, what? And she said, okay, last week I completely alphabetized my whole entire library, and I color coordinated it, which is what I was saying earlier on. But she said she color coordinated and put it into order, and she said she just had so much fun doing it. And I was like, there you go, that's your way of having fun. So these are just ideas, excuse me, as to how you can bring more fun into your life in general, but also into your business. You know, if you're Aries on the 5th house, I won't go through all of these. You can actually do a screenshot here if you like. And then if you want to go back or have a look at the chart from the website, it'll tell you. But like Aries is all about challenge. So if you have Aries on your 5th house, the chances are you want competition, you want challenge. Go out and create that competition or challenge with your clients, with your colleagues. If you've Taurus there, the chances are you want beauty. You want things that are very beautiful. You want things that comfort your senses. So perhaps you need to interact with your clients in a more feeling, intuitive kind of way. Or maybe you want to bring more beauty into your product, beauty into designing what it is that you do. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's all to do with love as well. So maybe you want to bring more loving elements into your business and so on. Like Virgo is about being practical. Libra is about being social. You know, if you're a Libra on your 5th house, you need to go out and have fun by socializing with people. So these are all different things that you can do to bring into your work day. Again, it's just a little bit of fun with the astrological side of things. So this is just a little bit of journaling that you can do as well, a little bit more. So if you could make believe in your business that your business was fun, what would it look like? The other thing is what story are you telling yourself about fun? What story are you telling yourself about having fun in your business? Are you telling yourself that you need to, that you don't need to, that it is no fun? And is it true? Is it true that you're not having fun? Is it true that it's impossible to have a business or be an entrepreneur and not have fun? And then I often have a look at these together and kind of say, well, how does that protect me? Because if you're saying, well, oh, my, you know, I don't have any fun in my business, I don't really like it, it's just a product, and how can I have fun with a product? You need to kind of come back and ask yourself, where did those ideas come from? You know, where did you get the idea that having a business couldn't be fun? Where did you get the idea that working couldn't be fun? Where did you learn it from? Did you hear your parents saying it? Did you see your parents constantly struggling in business and them talking about it? So have a look at where those ideas come from. Because sometimes it's not a question of if you can do it, but if you want to do it. So if you're telling yourself that something's not fun, maybe you just don't want to do that thing. You know, maybe it's a case that you just don't want to do that specific chore in your business. So you need to be kind of honest with yourself and reconnect in with where you're really at. And this leads us into reconnecting with our inner wisdom. Because when we reconnect in with really what's behind it all, how we truly feel about a particular thing that we're doing, it can reduce the overwhelm by simply being honest with ourselves. You know, by simply saying, I don't want to do this. So just ask yourself, when it comes to being kind of feeling scattered or overwhelmed or not having fun, ask yourself, when I'm stressed, what is it that I'm worrying about? What is it that I'm actually stressed about? Like, is it to do with money? Is it to do with time? Is it to do with just feeling like you've too much on your plate? How does it make you feel? Overwhelmed, burnt out, not enjoyed, not excited, not motivated? And how can I ease that feeling? And we're going to discuss that now in a moment. Like, how can I ease that feeling? Can I ask for help from somebody? Can I make a list and make it easier? And also come back to, what's my reason for what I do? Like, if you've set up a business, there must have been some reason you set it up. You know, what was it that made you set up this business? How does that make you feel? Like, did you set up your business because you wanted to help other people feel less stressed and less burnt out? How does it make you feel? Having that business and helping people? Does it make you feel really good? Does it make you not feel really good? Be honest with yourself. And what do you want to feel more of? You want to feel more joy. You want to feel less scattered. You want to feel more in control. You want to feel less overwhelmed. And then have a look at, how can I do this? I can do this by sharing my struggles and asking for help, looking for support. But we can also do this by simply tapping into our emotions. As I said, feeling into our feels. How do you feel about something? I don't want to do it. I do want to do it. Sit with yourself quietly, because the more you feel into your emotions, the more you slow down the dialogue inside and really get a grasp on what it is that's causing you problems. As I said, feel your emotions. I'm not feeling that this is fun. And then the dialogue kind of comes along saying, well, it's not fun because I'm looking at it like it's stressful. And if I feel stressed out by it, then why is it that I feel stressed out? I'm feeling stressed out because I'm not giving myself enough time, or I feel like I've got too many things in my head. So feel into your emotions and feel why is it that they're really there. And then decluttering. These are just some beautifully easy tasks on how to declutter your mind. Make a list of what you're qualified and not qualified to do. And then ask yourself, can you upskill, or can you study or ask for help? So if part of your feeling overwhelmed and part of your feeling like you're not excited and enjoy about what you're doing is because you feel somehow that you're not qualified to be doing what you're doing. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, part of being an entrepreneur is being a marketer, a salesperson, an accountant, a bookkeeper, a social media expert, a networking expert. There's all these things that we're meant to be experts in. And quite often we don't feel qualified to do them. And if we don't feel qualified to do them, chances are you're not going to have fun in that area. But if you felt more qualified to do it, I guarantee you that you would feel more fun. I guarantee you that you would feel less stressed out. And I guarantee you'd feel less as though there's too much going on in your head, because you'd have a structure in the system. So be really honest with yourself and make a list about what is it that I'm qualified to do in this role, and what is it that I'm not qualified to do? And have a look and see, like, the areas that you're qualified in, how do you feel about those individual areas? Do you enjoy doing them, or could you outsource them? And the areas that you're not qualified in, are they areas that you'd like to know more in? Do you want to upskill and do a course and learn more in it so that you feel better about it? Or is it something that you're just really not interested in and want somebody else to do it for you? And if you're at the stage where you're a startup business and you say, well, I can't afford this and I can't afford that, barter your services. See how you can help somebody else who has what you want. We're living in an era, astrologically, we're moving into a time where it's much more about collaborating. So perhaps you can collaborate with somebody, swap your services for their services, and you can help each other out that way. And then also, no amount of anxiety is going to make any blind bit of difference to anything that's going to happen. Alan Watts was a beautiful philosopher, has so many wise things to say. Look him up on YouTube. He's like nutrition for your soul. He's amazing. But no amount of anxiety is going to get you any way closer to the goal that you want. Anxiety is going to get you further away. So ask yourself, why do I feel this anxiety? And actually, quite often, anxiety is there to help you not do the things that you don't want to do. So if you can narrow down the things that you don't want to do, you no longer need to feel anxious about it, because you've now decided, I don't need to feel anxious. I have a solution. The solution is I'm going to outsource it. I'm going to connect with somebody who can do it for me. I'm going to barter and trade my services, or I'm going to learn about it and I'm going to upskill. So where you're feeling anxious, they're the areas that you need to ask yourself, what do I really want from this? And as an entrepreneur as well, this is another great way to unscatter your mind. Make a list. I know we all probably make thousands of lists and then we don't do anything with them. But this is great for, sometimes we feel like we've so much going on in our head. We're like, what is it that I need to do? And quite often when our head gets full like that and we feel really, really overwhelmed, we're not in joy when we feel like that. But quite often when you take everything that's in your head and you make a list about what's important and what's not important, you'll actually see the things that are really important that you need to do, there's not so many of them, and they won't take you a very long amount of time to do it. And you'll find that your head has probably been cluttered up with loads of ideas of things that you could or want to do that aren't really massively important, and they're all getting jumbled up in there and you kind of don't know what's what. Make a list for yourself about what do you need to do now. What needs to be done today or tomorrow, like literally today or tomorrow? What do you have to do today or tomorrow? And what can you do today or tomorrow? And get that out of the way and get it off the list. What will take you 5 minutes to do that you've been procrastinating about, that you're going to feel great when it's no longer in your head? So make a list. Is there an invoice that I need to pay? Is there a class that you've been promising to record that you need to record? Do you need to do a podcast with somebody? Do you need to bring your kids to the dentist? Do you need to do the washing? Whatever it is, whether it's work related or life related, put it down on your list and see like what is really important. Because maybe you've loads of things that are not important. And then have a look at what can be done next week. What can be done this month? What can be done this year? And what is it that are just dreams in my head that I'd like to get done, but I don't have to get them done. Maybe you've got all these ideas of things that you'd like to introduce in your business, but none of them are going to make you money straight away. That's the other thing as well as an entrepreneur. When you're spending your time, we're really good at frittering our time away on really, really pointless tasks. As an entrepreneur, when you make this list and have a look at what I need to do now and what I need to do this year and, your dreams or this week, whatever, have a look at that list and see what on that list is going to make you money, because that should be bumped up and prioritized to now. So what you want to do is just get them out of your head and in order of the preference that you feel works for you, not what you think is. Go for what you feel. Again, we're tapping and reconnecting in with our inner wisdom. We're feeling into those emotions. I feel like I need to get this done today because if I did, I wouldn't have to worry about it. And sometimes, quite often, things on the ASAP list are things will actually only take about 5 minutes to do. And if you get them done today, suddenly that's a whole list gone. And now you can focus on next week and move that forward. So just make that list and get it out of your head. And I promise you, if you do this, if you do only one thing today and that's the only thing that you do, I guarantee you'll feel less cluttered, you'll feel less scattered, and you'll feel like you can free up the joy part of your life. You feel like you have more time. Because sometimes we feel like we don't have time to have fun. Getting organized is a sign of respect. Gabby Bernstein said this, and it's so true. Like, if, we have a tendency to do everything for everybody else. If we had a friend who came to us and said, oh, I'm feeling really scattered, I'm just not enjoying things, I don't know what to do, guaranteed sit down with them and be like, right, let's make a plan. How can I help you? So if you're willing to do it for somebody else, do it for yourself. It's a sign of respect for yourself. And so, as I said, just show up for yourself. The more you show up for yourself and ask yourself these questions, the more you make your lists and declutter your head, the more you respect yourself, the more your trust and rapport with yourself will build, because your mind will begin to know, okay, she can handle this, she's got it organized. And get to know your inner critic. That voice in you says that this is not fun. Be your own cheerleader. Turn it into something fun. I can have fun with it. I can play today. Today's the day to play. So just get used to the voices inside your head about this isn't fun, this is fun. Because what we tell ourselves, we program ourselves with. If we keep saying, oh, this isn't fun, I don't like this, then it's not going to be fun and you're not going to like it. But if you can start to flip it on its head and look at it a little bit differently, listen to those voices when they come into your head that are telling you this is too fun or this is not fun, I feel overwhelmed. Start to hear them and deprogram yourself. And then the last pillar is interpreting your world, noticing the patterns that come up time and time again. So when we're kind of doing the second part, which is reconnecting with our inner wisdom, feeling into our feels and into our emotions, we start to get to know the yes-no feelings, the stop-go feelings. We start to get to know what is it that I'm enjoying and what is it that I'm not enjoying. And we start to know patterns. We start to see, oh, this is, maybe anything to do with technology you don't enjoy. And every time when it comes to doing anything, recording a video or recording a class or doing anything on the computer, maybe you just feel like, oh, I just hate technology. I really don't like it. Or I really hate making videos and showing up on it. Notice your dialogue, notice your inner dialogue, and notice, your yes-no feelings. This feels like a yes and it feels like a no. But also begin to notice what the stories that you're telling yourself, which earlier on we were talking about journaling about. Because sometimes we've told ourselves a story that we don't enjoy something, and actually we might enjoy it if we had more skills in the area, if we had more practice. I used to hate doing videos. I absolutely hated it Whereas now, because I've gotten so used to it, I actually enjoy it. I actually find there's more fun in it, and I can be more playful with it. So just have a look at things like that. And when we're looking at repetitive patterns, I have a typo in there. So notice your repetitive patterns. Where am I meeting resistance? So again, is it anything to do with technology? What is the story I'm telling myself? How can I improve it? How can I have more fun? Do I need to upskill? Do I need to outsource it? And the other patterns as well are, I'm feeling constantly frustrated with this thing. When we feel frustration, when we feel that the volume is being turned up on a particular emotion, there's usually a lot of wisdom in that, and it's usually trying to tell us something. And all it's trying to do is get you to notice why it is that you're feeling that way. So again, ask yourself, why am I feeling that resistance? Is it a story I'm telling myself? Did I learn it from my parents? Is it an old record on self-confidence? Do I not believe in myself? Do I not feel that I have enough worth or value? Do I feel that my product or service isn't valuable or worthy? Why am I meeting the resistance? Is it to do with confidence? Do I need to build my confidence? And sometimes building your confidence is about stepping out into the unknown. And I'm a firm believer of mirror, mirror on the wall, as above, so below, as within, so without. Our environment is constantly communicating with us on things that we need to realign ourselves with, that we need to address in ourselves. And quite often it's down to self-confidence, as I said, self-worth. It can be down to stories that we're telling ourselves over and over again. If you keep meeting people who are judgmental and critical of you, chances are it's because you're being judgmental and critical of yourself and of others. So you need to have a look at that and see if that's part of your story. If it's a case that you keep attracting events that are causing you to feel challenged, why is that? Do you keep attracting people who want you to do masterclasses or do podcasts or do recordings? Perhaps you're meant to be called in that direction, and maybe it's something that you need to step into in terms of self-confidence rather than shy away from it. So when we meet repetitive patterns and we meet obstacles or challenges, we have to become curious as to what is it they're trying to tell us. Is it that I need to grow more confidence, or is it that I just need to admit that I don't like doing this? And if you don't like doing this, is it are you being honest with yourself, and therefore you can outsource that as something that you don't find joy in? Or are you avoiding something because you don't want to step into that because you feel uncomfortable? Because sometimes when we do something that we feel uncomfortable with, it actually brings us a lot of joy. I guarantee anybody listening to this today, if I told you to go off and do that exercise with all the different lists about what you need to do now and next week and next month and whatever, I guarantee at the end of it, you're going to feel really good. You won't want to do the list. Maybe some people will. But you'll feel really, really good at the end. And the reason is because you've organized and you've gotten the declutter out of your head. So ask yourself honestly, am I avoiding this because I don't want to do it? Am I avoiding it because I don't like doing it? And why don't I like doing it? And why am I avoiding doing it? Is it because I don't want to step into my own power? Or is it because I'm lazy? Do you know, sometimes we're just really lazy and like do it on a day that you're not so lazy, you know. Get a good night's sleep, drink lots of water, and start a new day tomorrow. Take the day off. And then also just have fun and show up just as you are, because maybe everyone else is waiting to do the same. If we're procrastinating because we're not having fun and we're feeling like we're all over the place and we're making up excuses why we don't want to do something, maybe just dare to have fun and show up. Dare to have fun and show up in your business. Start tomorrow as a new day, because genuinely maybe everybody else is waiting to do the same thing. They're just looking to feel inspired by you. And last but not least, 99% of success is built on failure. So why not have fun failing? And if 80% of success is just simply showing up every day, then why not show up less scattered? Make those lists, get all that information from your head out onto a page, and feel less scattered. So I hope that you've enjoyed this workshop. I hope that it's helped you in some way and given you some nuggets of wisdom and advice on how to inject more fun back in. We're, as we saw in one of the slides earlier on, like if we spend most of our time working, why not have fun doing it? Like, who said it had to be difficult? there are so many people out there who are having fun in their job, having fun in their day, having fun in their business. And you shouldn't be any different, you know. So if this has been helpful, I'd absolutely adore your feedback. You can email me on deborahjsoulnavigation@gmail.com, or you can get me on Instagram and Facebook on Deborah J Soul Navigation. So yeah, I'd really love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear how you get on. I'd love to feel or hear if you felt that you were less cluttered or scattered, and how you're injecting fun into your business or into your everyday life as well. If you're interested in astrology, in Reiki, in life path coaching, just drop me a message as well. I'd love to work with you. It's a great way of getting to know your strengths, weaknesses, your talents, and all the rest of it as well. So you can check me out on social media or drop me an email if you want to connect and have any questions. And thank you so much for your time, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye.